So I tried Commander Quest. The question is, should you? The game is developed by Flyaway Games, and right now it's possible to play the demo of this game on Steam. You can find a link in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. And there is no announced really early access or full release of the game, but there is constant updates and they are adding features, what I see from the patch notes. So yeah, that's about how the development goes for now. But jump into the game itself, if you are interested to even care about the game at least. So the game is a roguelike deck building strategy game, which is a really interesting combination of a variety of things. And the game taking inspiration from games you might know, is for example the Slay the Spire or FTL or many others. I would say that would be the the best statement there is. But the combination of all those elements that they were inspired by make it really into something that is special, I would say, because the game is really fun to play, and that's how it goes. But you know what? Let's jump how the game is or what you can expect. So you can play as the two factions as of right now. You can play as the humans or dwarves. Each of them got a different mechanic for spending and creating units, and there's different heroes for each faction with different commander skills and with different relics. So that's what you do. So you will pick the faction, you will pick the hero. The hero got his own deck of cards that are like militia or somewhere like archers. And you have this basic deck that you will be developing over the time. You will be picking new cards in the run, and with those you will be trying to build something that will be able to get through all of the enemies and stuff. If you have ever played Slay the Spire, so that the relics are kind of part of it, that's something that will transform the things that you already have. For example, with the Richer, for example, the starting relic is that your commander will restore 7 health at the end of the battle. So yeah, if you survive the battle, you will get some health back, so you can use actually Richard in the combat a little bit. So that's the premise. The game is set up into the map that when you start the game, you will spawn into the map, and there is a node system that was introduced by the FTL, like Faster Than Light, if you remember. And that was the game that actually came up with this idea of the map that you are going from node to node, but you can know it from many different indie games because a lot of people use that. For example, Slay the Spire. And you will choose the way that you want to go, and there are several nodes that you can expect to find. There is a battle node, there is events, there is a relic, a rest point, and goblin traveling shop, that is elite enemies, and there is a new feature that I have not even figured or find out or encountered, and that's the Wacky Works Lab. But I can presume that will be something to do with the cards you have, and you can mutate them, something. I don't know, we will see. But as the battle goes, the battle is the main thing that you will be doing in this game, so I will get it to it last. There is an unknown, which is kind of like an event. You don't know what you will expect, but there are some like things that you will need to choose. For example, I encountered a maze and I could have go in or I just could leave it. But if I went in, there was a first question: do you want to go left or right? I went one way, and you know what happened? There was a lot of traps and they almost killed me, or at least hurt me. But I'm a agile guy, so you know what? I dodged all the traps and I got into the last part, and it was a treasure chest. I opened the treasure chest and I got the relic. And as I mentioned before, the relics are really the meat that you need, because that will alternate everything that you have in your deck and really elevate what you're going for. Those are the events, right? Then you have the relics. Relics, as I mentioned again, those are the things that you want to collect that will give you really the power. There are the resting points that you can replenish your health, or you can upgrade your card, because each card you have in your deck can be upgraded once, and it will alternate its effects, or it will give it, for example, it will be cheaper. Then you have a traveling shop that you can spend your money, and also danger battle, which is like elite fights. And then at the end of the whole map, there is a boss fight that you have to conquer to get to the second act. So that's kind of what is going on. If I will go into the battle and to really see what's going on there, you have your commander, you have the commander of your enemy, and each turn there will be some spawning of the units. You have several places that you can place your cards or your units, and every time you do, you have to pay a mana cost for your cards. You have 3 mana at the beginning, but in the long run you will increase that number, you will add more cards, and you will like optimize what you're going for. So whenever you are ready, you will click the end button and everything start moving, start going together, and there is a timer. If that timer run out, there is another turn. You will draw more cards, and you can spend it for more units or upgrades or spells or whatever you pick into your deck. So that's how the battle goes. When the opponent's HP will go to the 0, you won, and you can continue back to the map, and you are on the way to the boss. What I have to say, it was really cool to see all those units going against each other, fighting in the battle, and then it's a stop, and you have the opportunity to spawn more units. For example, give them speed to be able to reach your units, for example rangers, and support your units. So I can imagine there will be a lot of different combinations that those things can go together, and it will be really cool. Because so far, even though I played a little bit, the game is fun, and I wanted to go for another run for sure. So that's a good sign, I would say. During the run, you will be collecting embers, right? And those crystals or mana or something, well, embers, will allow you to enhance your units or your hero after you end the mission. If you die and you will return back to the menu, you can spend those crystals to give you a little bit of better time the next time. Because, for example, there is a start with the food, that those are consumables that you can go one time in the battle. For example, they give you back 2 mana, and you can really get those soldiers going, you know. So for example, increase card refresh count. That means that if you have a selection of the cards you don't want, you can refresh that. So they introduce quite some mechanics from the roguelike mode, so the more you will be playing, the game will be easier. But I think it's more leaning into roguelike. That means that you will unlock more options, but not really that you will get more powerful at the beginning of the game. So yeah, I would say that's everything for this game. If what you hear sounds enjoyable, or you want to see how the first 30 minutes of the game goes, you can click on the video on the left side. There is the 30-minute first impressions that I will, go through with you and see how the first start of that is. Or you can follow the link in the description and you can play it for yourself. If you're not interested in this game, maybe on the other side you will find something that is more up to your taste. So yeah, enjoy your day, stay awesome, I'll see you next time.